Hello and welcome to the Brick Freaks. Today with a set of Mould King, their off-road truck, better known as the 1977 F150 pickup truck, or in this version the can block Hoonitruck. Rest in peace. On the 2nd of January, Ken Block died in a snowmobile accident. I'm I don't know what to say. Okay, thank you Ken Block for all the entertaining in the last 10-12 years. I know your channel. Thank you. There are several links in the video description, one to the set, one to Ken Block, one to the original designer, because this is a stolen mock from Lock's Lego. Has the model number 13082 and 3,700 pieces, 3,695. I try to avoid the TH, you recognize. Okay, we have power functions. This is the front of the box. This is the very good looking rear of the car and rear of the box. I think this here is a very nice picture too. And the cool or strange thing we will see, we have two XL motors for driving and a normal L motor for steering. So I don't know why at the moment, but we will see. Okay, you see now the assembly takes, and in a few seconds we see us for the review part. So after 1 hour I completed the building step 1, and you see we started with the back axle, the differential. I believe later on the XL motors will connect here, give the power to the front and the back. This here is for the hand of God steering here. Where is it? It's black, I don't see it. So this moves the axle here in the front. Everything is great and easy to build, but this here, the last of the 4 gears, it doesn't matter which one you set in last, is not so easy, because yes, it's tight. It's really tight to get this axle, this gear into there. It took me around 2 minutes or something, and a lot of swearing, but I finished it. Okay, what is strange I haven't seen before, you see here we have the big 4 of the strong suspensions, the very hard ones, and this connector here is the rubber connector. And if I pull this up, sorry for the shaking, you see it goes to the connector and drifts the connector to the side. But it's really a stiff suspension. Man. I don't want to sit in this car on a bumpy road. Another hour and building step 2 is done. So 2 building steps, 2 hours. You see we've been built the front axle and the steering is connected. The hand of God steering goes over there. We have here the big gear, it's connected. You see everything is working fine here. The V6 is connected to the motor later on. Here I believe we will have the steering with the L motor and not the servo motor. We will see how this will turn out. But the only problem really was one of the 4 gears. The rest here is a really solid, straight through build without any problems. The suspensions here are the same way as on the back, so they are really stiff. And we have these gummy rubber connectors that will push to the other connector, but it's so stiff, the connection. But brilliant. And 2 building step and we have nearly the whole length of the car. Building step 3 is done, and a little bit unusual, 2 unusual things. We don't have a servo, we have an L motor, like I said before, and it's in the back. I thought here will be the gear for the hand of God steering, but there is no hand of God steering, or at least at the moment. So this is steering from here to there. So that's okay. Strange solution, but I hope it works. But okay, here is nearly no room for a servo motor or a motor. So this is a good solution if it works. We have the 2 XL motors connected where I thought they will be to drive nearly both axles at the same time. And here we have an interesting construction because, yes, we all know the Ken Block car. Here we have two suspension, and this is the mechanism for, you know, the handbrake. Oh, I have to look. Okay, this is easy to fix. Okay, it's done. Handbrake and clutch in the original Ken Block car. Okay. Next, I think with most of the mechanical part we are done and starting now to prepare the car for its skin. Building step 4 is done. And first of all, this set here is much easier and with much pleasure to build, to assemble than the normal Ford Mustang Hoonigan, the first one. The pickup version here, based on another car, is much easier and much more entertaining to build. Really great. Okay, what have we done? We stabilized everything. We got here the front finished with the chrome dishes. Nice building techniques. The only flaw here is the red axle, but no really problem. Really well made. Really good construction. Everything fits so fine together. We will see later on. Here will be the doors, I believe. We have steering connected here. Everything's fine, really. Everything is great. This is worth to call it Ken Block's Hoonigan. Okay. Next building step, we will complete the front, or nearly. We cover all this here, and then we build further our way to the back. Building step 5, half of the set is done, and it looks really nice. Here with the chrome parts, the air intakes, really nice. The big block from Ken Block. There's really not much to complain. The only thing perhaps you can complain about, if you want to, but it doesn't change anything, are the red axles and the blue pins. But when you know this, there are a lot of suppliers where you can buy the 3-length black pins and the 2-length black axles in a bunch of hundreds of them. So if you really try, or if it's in your mind to buy this set, I would recommend then you order from the link in the description where you can buy the set. He also offers the pins in other colors and the axles in other colors from GoBricks. So if you order from your World of Building Blocks, you can buy 200, 300 blue pins or only 50 for those you see. And the pin axle connectors, the same. You can get them in black too. And so you have no problem. Here the same with the blue axle in the chrome. You can all avoid this for, I would say, $5-6 more, or euros. But the technique to achieve this here is really nice. How it's built, great. Building step 6. We got here our cockpit. This here stands a little bit up. I have to look how I get this in a better angle. But interesting to cover all. That's nice. When I assembled the steering wheel, I the axle got in and disconnected from the steering, and then I had to remove this here again to connect it again. So not nice, but unnecessary evil. And from the back of the car, we already assembled the 2 back fender side parts. Both mirrored build. Not everything here is always mirrored build, because yes, mostly steering and other things. But this here is a mirror build. Okay, 7 seems a little, not so many pieces. This here 6 was a big one. Well, step 7 is done and brought us the 2 seats. This wall here, or cover, that here and that here. Nice angled. 2 orange turbine pieces, and here this side panel. Nice. Really. Okay, not so much to do. 8, 9, 10. Oh, building step 8 is done, and there are only 9, not 10 like I expected, or I was wrong. It brought us here this frame to stabilize the car in real, and the roof, and it's on fire. I'm always referring to one of my beloved bands, one of the most underrated band of the 90s and the early 2000s, the cool Bloodhound Gang. Man, I miss them. I miss the Bloodhound Gang, and especially the really funny lyrics of Jimmy Pop. And after 9.5, 10 hours of assembly and fun time assembly, it's done. The 1977 Ford Hoonigan F150 pickup truck. Hoonitruck from, rest in peace, Ken Block. Okay. So I hope you like what you're seeing. Oh, there's one, yeah. I had to make one repair after the German video, and this is over. Okay, so let's go through. This is Mould King's off-road truck, because yes, it has no license. Not from Hoonigan and Ken Block, and not from Lox Lego. Model number 13082, and nearly 3,700 pieces. The front, the back. And let's start with the instructions, pretty clear. If you don't get this together, then you are the problem, not the instructions, because they are really clear. No problem at all. No problem at all. Perhaps when you cut the tubes here to get over the chrome parts at the air intakes, make it a little bit longer than in the instructions, then it's a bit easier. We have a normal sheet of paper full of very good quality stickers, but it says first instead of Ford, or Hoonigan with 1 O, and Mould tires, and yeah, it's wrong. But I have a solution for you. Just check in the video descriptions. There are a lot of links. One goes to a company who sells the original made, well, that it looks original stickers in very, very good quality here out of Germany. Very good quality. Link in the video description. And with every take I have more hairs. And a link where you can buy it. Okay, so instructions good. Stickers from the quality good. If you like them, use them. Parts, very good. Everything fits well together. It's really fun time assembly here, no problems. 2 minor faults, not faults, you get a little bit, that's, you're putting 4 gears, 90-degree angled, putting together in a frame. So the last gear, the 4th, is nearly impossible to get in without some force. And on another point, there is a gear connected around with Technic beams. You have to go through a pinhole and find the middle of the axle, of the gear with the axle. The rest, smooth. Even for beginners, 330 pages for that amount of pieces, so 9 point something on each side. Manageable, really manageable. Building techniques, great. Logs Lego, you're one of my favorite. The Ford Mustang, the normal Hoonigan, had 1-2 issues, in my opinion. Here, nothing. Really great. Great assembly design. I don't mean the design of the car. That depends. I like it, but that depends on you. But the assembly process, how it's made, is so great. Nice building techniques, not too fancy, solid, well done. Enough technique in it. Great. Let's go directly. The chrome parts, really good chrome. Really good chrome. It's thick enough. So let's go to the interesting part. Does it drive? I hope so. This sound is not gears or something. That's the air exhaust. They are connected or a little bit to something else, but they're making that noise. Okay, so we've seen driving not too fast. I come to this later. Yeah, steering, wrong. So you see, it took a long time. That's because it's not a servo motor. So during the assembly I asked, oh, more pieces? Where are they? Now they are on the floor. During the assembly I asked myself, and this old driving me crazy chair. During the assembly I asked myself, why did he choose an L motor in the back here with all the force going on to straight, and the problem you have no servo motor. So without a servo motor, steering takes so much time. The angle isn't good too, but the time it takes. So, but after I seen the video from Logs Lego's version with the buggy motors, that's the next thing, I know why he did this. Okay, so check his video out and his Rebrickable account. There's a link too. And you see that he used buggy motors. He built this car 2 times, one with XL like here, and 1 time with buggy motors. With buggy motors, it's had much more speed. I don't know if he changed the gear ratio, because I didn't download the instructions and I believe they are free. I'm not pretty sure. But with the buggy motors, he has really some speed. And he drifted on ice. And for drifting, a normal motor is better, because you have always the same angle in steering and have no problems like with a servo motor. So I believe that the possibility with the buggy motors to drift this car, or it looks even a little bit like a drift, that's the decision behind this L motor. For normal having fun for kids, that sucks. It's slow, it takes a lot of time to turn around. So this car is definitely a display set in this version. If you have 2 buggy motors, then you have perhaps more fun. But with the XL motors, it's not so much fun. Okay, what can we do with the car? We drive, we can steer, we can open here the hood a little bit. You see underneath is a V6. Normally it's a V8, but Ken Block has only used the chassis. Not the chassis, the rest. Underneath everything is new, and in his version there is a 3.5 liter V6 EcoBoost Ford motor integrated with 900 something horsepower. So there's a lot of power in this car. Like I said, the V8 and the V6 connected to the four-wheel drive. Steering is connected to the four-wheel drive. We have a very good and hard suspension. We have 8 of the long black suspensions. We have 4 of these red suspensions here. There's 1 in each door. Both sides are spring driven, so nice. And here inside the car, if you have seen the assembly process, there's the fake clutch and the fake handbrake. You can push them into the driver's direction and they will come forward again through the suspension. So 12 suspension in the car, that's a lot. And yes, we have the moving connected to the four-wheel drive, the air outtakes here that make the noise. So overall, it's pretty good, enough technique in it. The steering from there down, a 90-degree angled forward, with the four-wheel drive and the connected V6 and the steering. So it's a pretty enough technique. It's not an expert, super fancy, highest end technique set, but it's a pretty good set that looks in my eyes really, really good. Perhaps you don't like this here. So I have a good solution. Get rid of the power functions, sell them, and for the money you buy some panels and make a cover here. Or you sell the 2XL motors and buy the 2 buggy motors, but the buggy motors are not so cheap nowadays, I believe. Mould King has some buggy motors too, but I don't know if they are, how fast they are or something like that. Okay, there's nothing more to say. I showed to you underneath. You see steering totally underneath the car. So if you are to go too long in one direction and then in the other, perhaps one of the gears that's connected here from above, that gear that's connected to the straight one, so that here to this one, that goes forward, can fall down. But it's easy because it's the last axle. Just use this, bring out the axle, connect it, the gear to the other axle and put the axle in again. So this happened to me in the German video, so I know. Okay. And like I said, nothing more to show. It drives not good, not fast, and it takes a lot of place to turn around this here. But it is good display set. And with the stickers from Yarp Technology, this looks just awesome. Black, chrome, evil, I like it. Okay, but it depends on you. So, but you know how good it is, where the flaws are. And like I said, this is not a play set, only a display set. Thank you for watching, thank you for the time, thank you Ken Block, rest in peace. Thank you for all the hours of fun I had with your videos, Gymkhana, I will have it always in my heart. It was hard for me to build this set. I watched a lot of Ken Block videos during the assembly time. Okay, have a good time. I'm Frank. Bye bye.